Good afternoon and welcome in. Live here in Baltimore, Maryland. You're looking at Homewood Field on the campus of Johns Hopkins University. And we're looking forward to today's action in the quarterfinals of the NCAA Division III football playoff. Today, the Johns Hopkins Blue Jays hosting the Susquehanna Riverhawks. What a great matchup we're expecting here today in Baltimore. Steve Staffberg along with Ben Robertson on the call of today's contest, and the winner of this one gets to face the winner of that matchup between Wheaton College out of Illinois and University of Wisconsin from River Falls. That'll of course be next Saturday. Today it's all about two East Coast teams, former Centennial Conference opponents in a past life. But Ben, today it's all about the players and the quarterbacks.
Yeah, and Steve, we got a couple of dual threat monsters on our hands in this matchup. First off, Josh Ehrlich for Susquehanna. His ability to create not only through the air but with his legs makes this offense hard to slow down.
Another Gallardi semifinalist on the Hopkins side, and that's Bay Harvey.
Yeah, and copy and paste everything I just said now for Bay. Again, his dual threat is ability makes him so lethal, and he has been in control all year long of this offense.
These two teams, as I mentioned, were both in the Centennial Conference as of 2022, in which the Riverhawks went undefeated, swept the conference, went into the NCAA tournament as the conference champion. This year, these two teams played in September. Non-conference action in Selinsgrove, PA, and Johns Hopkins a 40-22 win.
Yeah, and of course, Susquehanna, they feel like they're a completely different team than they were in year three. Injuries really have been a factor for this program all season long, but really, again, they got a whole bunch of guys back as this year has progressed, and they're rolling into this matchup. They've already gotten some revenge here in this NCAA tournament from a regular season loss. Of course, that CNU matchup a couple of weeks ago, trying to do it again today here in Baltimore.
The Riverhawks have been an upset machine here in the NCAA playoffs. A shutout last week at Eastern College. Today, Johns Hopkins, who got a bye in the first round. This Susquehanna team didn't. They played in the first round and won their matchup over Washington and Jefferson. Here it is today. A lot of excitement, and we thank you for watching wherever you are around the world as we kick off today's contest. And Bourgeois sends it down to Josh Moore, takes it at the 5, trying a middle return. He's got no daylight. He's not even making it to the 10. 9-yard line for the starting offensive possession here for the Johns Hopkins Blue Jays. And Ben, you already talked about Bay Harvey, but other compliments certainly out on that field.
You know, what's been so impressive about this Johns Hopkins offense is how they've evolved throughout this year. Early on, it was a lot of deep shots, a lot of passes over the top to Enright and to Crotty. But here in the NCAA tournament, they've just been taking what they've been given, working with a lot of body shots, a lot of stuff underneath, over the middle, putting together long drives, and it's paid off.
All right, then the 9-yard line to get started with Johns Hopkins. They received the kickoff because Susquehanna won the coin toss, but elected to defer to receive until the second half. Play action on first down, looking downfield, and overthrow for Robbie Enright. An incomplete pass there on 1st and 10. In coverage, Romero Lavolis, and he's a guy who has stepped up at the cornerback position along with his running mate Xavier Maple on the other side, who actually Maple, a second team all-conference member for the Riverhawks.
And right on cue, Johns Hopkins looking to go down the field on play 1.
We're faced with 2nd down and 10 here at the 9-yard line. Two backs include Jeff Schroeder at that running back position. There's John Bechtel to block for Schroeder as Jeff through the gap off the left side and up past the 10 to the 13. They'll spot it at the 14-yard line on a gain of 5.
For Susquehanna, they want to stop the run first. I know that sounds obvious. Every defense has that priority, but really that's where they focus things. Hopkins with so much balance with this defense, if they can make them one-dimensional, that would be huge.
3rd down and 5 here for the Jays. And a 4-wide set. Near side is Enright. Crotty along with Martini and Moore on the far side of the field. Here's Harvey to pass, complete, Enright turns it upfield before Lavalis takes them out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Move those chains, 8-yard gain.
Beautiful whip route. Cole Crotty on the other side gets so much attention for Johns Hopkins with this receiving core, but Robbie Enright can get it done with the best of them.
You see that for that Susquehanna defense, that a guy who is missing here today is their landmark conference defensive player of the year. Also, a defensive player of the year is voted on by D3Football.com in this region, and that's Galen Lamontour. Here's the give on the read, and that's to Schroeder, right side. Tries to turn it up inside Bechtel's block, and does get to the 26-yard line, 4 yards.
What an effort it was last week for Schroeder. 19 carries, 116 yards, and a tutty in that win over Salisbury.
This Johns Hopkins offense, we've seen through the playoff series so far, very capable of quick drives for scores, but given the last few weeks, the option offenses, we've seen this team take its time and develop drives, use the clock through those contests. Here it is, 2nd down and 6. Schroeder motions to the backfield. Play action. Harvey. He's got a bit of a pocket. Now he scrambles out. Couldn't find the running room and ultimately brought down. On that play, I see Amari Cofield, the freshman linebacker there, along with his defensive line mate in Jaden Handy.
Steve, if we were looking at a boxing match, it'd be a lot of jabs, a lot of body shots from this Hopkins offense in the NCAA tournament. But little plays like that, where Bay's in trouble, just sneaks forward for a yard or two, keeping them on schedule, are massive, and why they've been effective with those long drives.
You're going to hear more of Cofield and Mackel today because of Lamontour being out of this contest. Sling, Harvey, pass, Enright caught, and he's up to the 35-yard line. That's Maple in coverage that time, as Enright up to the 36, 9 yards and a first.
First drive of this game, 2 third downs, and who do they go to? That man, number 11 in those black jerseys, just knowing where he needs to get to, where those markers are, and Bay Harvey on time and on the money for a first down.
Well, if you're just tuning in and maybe experiencing Johns Hopkins football for the first time, as Schroeder here off the left side, forward to the 40-yard line on a 4-yard gain. Ben, I was just going to point out that here we talk about Crotty, Cole Crotty, what he's been doing, but Robbie Enright came into this game as the second leading touchdown receiver on this team with 6 touchdown catches this season, 41 receptions altogether for Enright, more than 500 yards. All right, here are the Jays. Boy, it was a familiar refrain for the Hopkins opponents, 4 yards on the gain. Here they are at 2nd down and 6. As we're about 4 minutes into this possession. Bays Reed, give it to Jeff, and Schroeder is forward. They'll get him up to the 43-yard line. And 3 yards on that rush play.
And again, Johns Hopkins just chipping away early on to start this game. Already another 3rd down here early on. Let's see if Susquehanna can make a play and get themselves off the field.
Interesting formation this time, as the lone back is the tight end John Bechtel, and 2 other tight ends brought in LaRue Linder and Zach Shapiro. They are up on the line. Bechtel in the backfield. Harvey the keeper. Harvey reading behind Bechtel, forward. Oh, and he is right there at the marker. And a signal first down. 3 yards for the first. Today's referee, Ryan Novosel. Umpire Paul Simkovich. And the line judge, head judge Brian Kemble, line judge Brendan O'Brien, field judge Michael Bruno, Derek Sullivan, the side judge, and Connor Shutterly is the back judge of the officiating crew here today. Quarterfinal matchup once again here at Homewood Field.
On that 3rd down, time and time again this year, Bay Harvey's legs have been a huge factor in big moments. It seems like in critical situations, Johns Hopkins sometimes most comfortable just with their quarterback.
Give to Schroeder, turns the left corner, down the sideline. big thud by Ben Fleming, but that's all it was before he's taken out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Big gain on the play, 21 yards.
And how about Schroeder with the statement at the end of this run, lowering his shoulder and finishing off the play. And we talk about his patience all the time. Gets up to the line of scrimmage, again, almost comes to a full stop, finds where the seam is, gets to the edge, and gets a big gain.
All right, this time Bechtel and Crotty out right side. Oh, Bay looking downfield for Crotty. Tipped, incomplete. Nice job that time. Xavier Maple, that sophomore cornerback, who didn't start in the first games of the season with the pass broken up. Offsides penalty called against the defense. So it turned out to be a free play anyhow.
Yeah, and Bay Harvey recognizing that and seeing if he could get his man Cole Crotty involved down the field, as you see that little hitch in the offside flag.
Yeah, Omari Cofield, freshman from Newark, Delaware, and seeing a lot of time here. He and Toby Mackle. Mackle's a junior from the state here, Eastern Maryland. All right, on the reverse, Crotty, Cole looking downfield, got a man, score, touchdown, Robbie Enright on the gadget play here in Baltimore.
Johns Hopkins dialing it up here early on in this quarterfinal matchup. And who would have thought we'd be saying Cole to Robbie for our first touchdown of the game?
Crotty, the junior from Hermosa Beach, California. Enright, the junior from Atherton, California, on the connection. And now for the extra point attempt. Here's Caleb Waits, freshman from Orville, Ohio, and his kick is good. Hopkins on the board after their first offensive series of the game, 7-0.
Yeah, just beautifully sold, tucks it away right underneath that arm like he's gonna just take off with it, and then pulls it up at the last moment, and Enright all alone. Hopkins saving a little bit of trickery for this NCAA tournament, and it's pulled out really at the perfect time.
Johns Hopkins with that touchdown score on drive number 1. 8:51 to go. Hey, quick math says that's a 6-minute possession on the first drive of this contest.
And remember, go back to the beginning of that drive. 3 different third down situations Hopkins found themselves in, was able to convert on, and then Schroeder got things jump-started and got them down close to the red zone with that big run.
And so now for Johns Hopkins here, time to send the ball down the field. As you can see from our television cameras, that today, working from right to left on the field here in this first quarter. Virtually no wind here this afternoon, maybe a bit of a breeze at times, but that's it. And this kickoff down to the 3-yard line, that looks like Aaron Angelo. Freshman, and he's got a little bit of room, bounces off one before he's brought down at the 28-yard line. Good, solid return. Looked like Jacob Pion with the tackle on that play.
So now the challenge for Susquehanna. Last couple weeks, you've gotten out to good starts, had the lead. Now playing with the deficit and have to answer an early punch from Johns Hopkins to check out this offense.
All right, so on this offensive lineup, number 24, Daniel Growney. He's a freshman from this state, Silver Spring. That's closer to Washington, D.C. than it is here to Baltimore. But Rookie of the Year in the Landmark Conference. On first down, here's Josh Ehrlich. The quarterback pass is completed to Aaron Angelo, that freshman who just returned the kickoff. And the ball completed to the 34-yard line on a 5-yard gain.
You mentioned Landmark Conference Awards. Ehrlich now a 2-time Offensive Player of the Year in the league. Just 9 of 19 last week. It got the job done against Eastern, but trying to bounce back just a little bit personally here today.
Angelo in the backfield, give to him. Gets into the gap and up to the 40-yard line, so 6 yards and a first as Susquehanna moving the ball on their first drive.
For Susquehanna offensively, they bring a lot about what Johns Hopkins prides himself on as well. We talk about that dual threat QB, but then a ton of balance as well, both through the air and on the ground with their weapons.
Angelo comes out into the slot here near side, joins Daniel Growney. Two receivers to the far. Ehrlich looking here on the boundary, and it's to Angelo once again. Slips out of the tackle attempt by Bordeaux, but steps out of bounds at the 45-yard line on a gain of 5.
And for Johns Hopkins, facing this offense, a complete different look than you've seen the last 2 weeks with a primarily triple option attack. This Susquehanna team is going to spread you out all over the field.
All right, now Rashawn Lamons in the backfield, sophomore from Delaware. First team all-conference, and the give to Lamons. Makes a move, sees some daylight on the right side, and fights forward to the midfield on a gain of 5. Schondelmeyer on the tackle for Johns Hopkins.
Steve, not a lot there on that carry, but that's a very telling run and a good sight if you're a Susquehanna fan. That's as good as Lamons has looked, making cuts on the field in really a few weeks.
He did well against Hopkins in that regular season game. Lamons had a 110-yard rushing output, 2 touchdowns on the ground for Rashawn on just 13 carries. Here it is, first down and 10, and give Lamons left side. And get forward for a yard before he's brought down by Jack Smith and Browning Trainer, the 2 starting inside backers.
Yeah, good to see Smith back out there. And with Lamons, what did the Hopkins staff say about him? Wildly dynamic, I think were the words used, and really didn't play a whole bunch last week, maybe being held out just a little bit in reserve for this game. Couple carries there, and he looks good. I know that was a short run.
Michael Robbins motions back into that H-back spot. Tight end who does have 20 receptions on the season. Blocking for Ehrlich, who gets out of the pocket. Pass one. Tackler, and Smith brings him down well past the yard to gain, down to the 32-yard line. Big time run, 16 yards.
Yeah, and there it is. That's what makes Ehrlich as dangerous as it gets back there. Looks down the field, maybe had something in the flat, but nothing he loves. Foot in the ground, up the field in a hurry, and then shows off the athleticism as well.
Josh Ehrlich from Annapolis, Maryland. Why Annapolis? His father, Bob Ehrlich, was the former governor of the state of Maryland. State capital, Annapolis, Maryland. Ehrlich, pass, caught, Lamons, left side. Fights off a tackle. Enough just to get out of bounds, but used the stiff arm against Smith to gain the extra yardage.
And again, Lamons fired up, and look what he's able to do just to take one of those underneath throws. Well, make a man miss. Big time stiff arm to a tough Jack Smith, a physical linebacker, and picks up the first down.
12 yards on the gain. And with the ball, actually the ball is at the 21-yard line. 11 yards that time, just outside the red zone. But marching are the Riverhawks. Give to Lamons. He's taken down after a 1-yard gain. Xavier Newell on the tackle for the Jays.
You know, and I think today that using Matt Sertz, of course, that running back number 2 who got kind of the lion's share of the work last week, as maybe your battering ram might be the route Susquehanna wants to go, and keep Lamons, you know, on those checkdowns, on that outside stuff out in the flat.
All right, Lamons in the backfield. Growney is the lone receiver on the boundary. Ehrlich with the pitch, and it's to Lamons. He's getting straight out of bounds. Kevin Olaf came up to play the ball, and Lamons just took it straight out of bounds.
And how about that? I was saying Hopkins was done seeing the option stuff. I guess not quite yet.
Oh, loss of 1 on the play. All right, back to the 21. So a full 3rd down and 10 now for Ehrlich and this Riverhawk offense. Angelo in the backfield. Now motions to go with Growney on the boundary. Near side includes Hunter Morganroth and Carter McCauley, the other primary receivers. Screen pass caught. This by the tight end. And Robbins not going anywhere. Nice job on the play. As, wow, Noah Smith off that defensive line along with Jack Schondelmeyer right there.
Yeah, look at Jack Smith kind of just figuring it out, sniffing that little tight end screen out in a hurry, not full, not rushing upfield, and it's shut down.
So here's Dominic Bourgeois. He is a super successful kicker here for Susquehanna. Has not missed a field goal attempt in his career. 35-yard attempt this time. The kick is away, and it is good. Susquehanna on the board after their first drive of today's contest. It's going to be like this throughout. Hey, that's a quarterfinal matchup. 7-3 our score after one drive apiece.
Yeah, and having him kind of in the pocket of the Susquehanna coaching staff makes them feel very comfortable and a little bit of at ease when they get into those fourth and medium, mid-range situations. Not going to force anything, just take the 3 points.
Well, after this first drive between these two schools, starting to feel each other out a little bit. We just talked about that Hopkins drive being a 6-minute affair. Once again, there for Susquehanna, around that same area. All right, looking forward to that second possession here coming up. And let me just point this out. Army-Navy playing here in Baltimore today at the Ravens Stadium. And so I know there's going to be a few huge names down at that stadium there this afternoon at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore. Kickoff 3 o'clock. All right, Bourgeois to kick off.
Sorry to cut you off, Steve, but what a football Saturday. I mean, how about it? It's hard to complain.
Love it. As this time he'll go to Josh Moore again, 3-yard line. He's going to try that middle return. Here comes Moore. He's up past the 15, contacted, and he's not getting to the 20-yard line. Looks like he stopped at about the 19-yard line. They'll take over possession. Yeah, you see before the game here, and who's addressing him? The state governor. This is Wes Moore, Hopkins graduate. Played here 1999 and 2000. There's Wes Moore on the sideline. Yeah, he amongst a few here this afternoon that we certainly expect to enjoy. Graduated in 2001. I'm sure he's headed downtown after this contest as well. All right, Ben, second drive here for the Jays. Touchdown on the first drive was, here's Behar going down the field looking for Crotty, and it's just a little overthrown and incomplete. Wow, he aired it out.
And again, right away, first play of the drive, Bay Harvey looking down the field for a deep shot, and that's what makes Cole Crotty so difficult to deal with on the outside. The ability, the speed to get up the field, and then the ability to find the football in the air. Just out of reach there.
I was just about to say that the first drive was a touchdown pass with receivers, and suddenly Crotty got featured big time on that play. Well, those two have hit for huge combinations before. Schroeder off the right side. Nice job finding some room up to that 23-yard line on a gain of 5. All right, now so this defense is Susquehanna defense. All right, that Hopkins has to face. Yeah, they're missing that big name in Lemontor, but they've still got other great guys out there.
Yeah, and Tim Ferson there, number 9, kind of the guy stepping up there in that edge roll, hoping he can come through, make some plays here today. Another third down situation for this defense. Couldn't get off the field in the first series on third down. Let's see if they can do it here.
You saw on that lineup grid, 18, Jesse Roosh, leading tackler on the team. Right now, he's on that right edge, back out in coverage as Harvey finds Ty Pugliano, the second running back featured on this offense. He gets to the 29-yard line, 6 yards and a first.
Pugliano had his most carries of the season last week here, involved in the passing attack, and now 4 straight third down conversions for Johns Hopkins to start this game.
Pugliano from Medford, Oregon, a junior, but has still served as that primary backup to Jeff Schroeder. Jeff, for fans watching this game that haven't seen much Johns Hopkins action, well, Jeff's been on the field since he's been in his first year here at Johns Hopkins. So this is 4 full years for Jeff. And on the option read, this is Bay, the keeper. And gets to the 33-yard line. Gain of 4.
And for the Blue Jays, it's hard. You get greedy at times. You want to hit those big plays, have those explosives down the field. But again, just chipping away, that ability has made them, it's been really impressive, I think, throughout this NCAA tournament so far.
Ball spotted at the 33-yard line. Harvey in the gun. You'll see him work almost exclusively from there. And on play action, going sideline again, looking for Crotty. Tight coverage by Lavalis. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
You know, Bay has tested these corners now a few times. I know they missed on the deep shot. It was just a little overthrown to start off this drive, but early on, these Riverhawks defensive backs holding up in one-on-one coverage.
See a lot of rotation amongst this defensive side. Has been great to see Susquehanna right back here in the out of the quarterfinals, as they made it to the 3rd round last year. This is a timeout. And I want to wait to see. I didn't see the initial signal as to who called for that timeout. All I know is we've got a timeout. All right, time to take a look, too, at what the Jays have out on this field, and that includes guys we've seen already make some plays.
Yeah, and again, you've seen the end right to Crotty touchdown pass. Keep your eyes out for Josh Moore, always a threat out of the slot. And obviously, you see that receiving yardage total for Cole Crotty, 6th best in the NCAA. But again, here in the NCAA tournament, and as the back half of the year has progressed for Johns Hopkins, seeing a lot of attention to his side, a lot of brackets, a lot of trying to take away the deep shot, and he's been able to do it a little bit differently. Last week, 7 for 98 and a touchdown, and there's a whole bunch of stuff over the middle for Cole Crotty.
Of course, this game, one of 4 that are being played here today in the quarterfinal round of this Division III tournament. The other game kicking off at 12 noon, John Carroll at Berry out of Tennessee. Oh, John Carroll, what a big win. Upset at Mount Union. Purple Raiders no longer in this tournament. They won that game in overtime. Find themselves on the road again, out of a timeout. And Susquehanna had called that timeout. False start call against the Jays. Will back the team up 5 yards. But in the game today, John Carroll and Berry, they're in their first quarter. Neither have scored a point yet. We're at 7-3, close to the end of the first. Later on, Bethel, I think that's out of Minnesota, Bethel College, at North Central, the reigning champion. Of course, the winner of this game, we pointed out in the pregame, takes on the winner of the Wheaton College versus Wisconsin River Falls matchup. That one for Eastern Time kicks off at 3 p.m. Harvey on 3rd down and 11 now, and Bay's got a pocket, getting flushed and then brought down. Could not elude Brian Layton. The senior, first teamer in the conference, 2nd sack of the year.
Layton, one of those defensive linemen, or part of the defensive line group that Susquehanna really looks to for leadership. And finally here, after 4 straight conversions, getting home to Bay Harvey and getting off the field.
All right, 4th down. The end of the first quarter has come. We'll have 4th down when we return in a minute. 7-3 our score here at Homewood Field. 31-yard line, where Susquehanna will take possession for its second opportunity. And well, that brings out that offense for Susquehanna and the defense for Johns Hopkins, and playmakers throughout.
Yeah, and we already saw Jack Smith, not on this lineup, but back in the mix for Johns Hopkins this week after being out last week. We've already seen him make an impact.
All right, so Hopkins leading 7-3 as we start the second quarter. Switch sides of the field. On first down, there's Rashawn Lamont. Nice job slipping out of the tackle attempt by Hodge. Seibert brings him down at the 36-yard line after a gain of 4.
What an opportunity here for the Riverhawks, of course, taking advantage of that false start penalty. You get the sack on 3rd and long, and now an opportunity to maybe go down and take the lead.
2nd down and 6 coming up. Ehrlich in that first quarter had the 1 carry for 16 and was a perfect 4 of 4 passing for 24 yards. Calls for the snap, give to Lamons, right into the pile, not going anywhere.
Trying to follow up that first down positive run with, again, a give up the middle, and Johns Hopkins shuts this down in a hurry. Look at that defensive front pushing the Susquehanna O-line backwards.
Loss of 2 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down and 8. Yeah, for Susquehanna, the offensive line, that's been an issue. Preseason injuries knocked out half of their starting lineup along that line. They've been banged up even during the season. Here's Ehrlich, pass across the middle, it's caught, and not able to get forward was Morgenroth. Trip up on the play. I think that was Bordeaux to make the stop.
Yep, and that's why he's a defensive player of the year in the Centennial Conference. Open field, just gets enough of those shoestrings to bring Morgenroth down and force the 4th down.
Hunter Morgenroth, hey, that guy can make things happen. Senior from Morris Plains, New Jersey, 5 touchdowns this season. Here's Bourgeois with the punt. He does it all. And fair catch signal made by Alex Orecchio. Will take possession at the 30-yard line. All right, Ben, you know, this course has a long, the history between these two teams has gone back a ways. Of course, Centennial Conference days and former Centennial Conference opponents, no doubt, for these guys. As we talked about, hey, this was just as of just a few years ago.
Well, and of course, Susquehanna, they've won 4 straight conference titles. The first of those was back in the Centennial Conference back in 2022. Beat Johns Hopkins on their way to kind of escaping the league with the last title ever, right?
Wow, first meeting 1941. Of course, that whole time period, World War II, America's involvement not quite there, but still facing one another on the college campuses. All right, ball up to the 35-yard line on the carry that time by Schroeder. Get 5 yards for a 2nd down. At the transition from the Centennial to the Landmark, just really for this reason, Susquehanna had been a football-only conference member of the Centennial Conference. Their conference, for all their other sports, the Landmark Conference, which they're now a part of, just had figured out that they could establish a football conference and actually host football in that 23 season. And that was the transition over for Susquehanna. First down run for the Jays, move the chains.
Yeah, and for, Coach Perkovich now in year 11 with the team, first chunk of that being in the Centennial, as you see the give here to Josh Moore moving into the backfield, but it was that progression, right? Wasn't maybe one of the powers of the league when he took over, obviously got to that conference championship status as, the last year of the league, and now that they've moved to the Landmark, really handled their business in that league.
Oh, a lot of movement along that line. On 1st and 10 from the 44. And so now it'll be 1st and 15 from the 39-yard line. Talked about it a little bit last week, Ben, but along this offensive line, Michael Nwosu and Garrett Brophy, just 2 of 6 players in Johns Hopkins history to make the All-Centennial Conference teams all 4 years of their eligibility. Nwosu at left tackle, Brophy at right guard. All right, Harvey calls for the snap. Penalty flag thrown into the line there as Harvey just backs up, slings a pass to Crotty, gets out of bounds. But as that blocking was happening, yellow got thrown into the mix.
And flags now starting to hurt Johns Hopkins on a couple straight drives. Remember, the false start, last possession, backed them up into that 3rd and 11. You get a false start here a couple plays ago, and then you saw that flag. You had a feeling somewhere back in holding territory. I'm looking for it maybe there with Pearson on the edge. I didn't hear the number, what was called.
Backed up to the 29-yard line. And so now that's 1st and 25 here for the Jays. You can see the team hasn't spread out right now. Lone man here on the boundary is Chad Martini, grad student who came from Cornell. Pass across the middle, oh boy, incomplete. And what a good play on the defensive side. It was intended for Schroeder on the dump down, but it was Ferson who came off the line and almost had a pick.
And this is Ferson. He's running a stunt and then recognizes, okay, this is a screen pass, and gets his hands up and knocks that down. Great play made.
Almost looked like the center, Drew Chirondet, was right there to take the man out of the ball. You take the ball away from the man.
It's a good play because he holds on to that. I mean, Susquehanna setting up themselves really nicely off a turnover.
All right, 2nd down and 25 now, and Harvey in the pocket. Slings in the middle, it's caught. That's Crotty, and he's got it outside the 40-yard line at the 41, gain of 12.
Good job just to get a chunk of that back. Hard to get there's no 25-yard play you really have on your play sheet. You get a chunk of that back, you make it 3rd and 13, you have a chance here.
Well, Ben, so far, we've seen both quarterbacks have time to throw. We've watched Ehrlich sit there in the pocket, and Harvey has had some time, but you can see the heat that both lines are looking to bring. 3rd and long, 3rd and 13. Harvey sideline slings it and right. That's incomplete. I think Bay thought maybe he was going to cut off the route. And Enright was headed down the field. So incomplete pass. Here's Chase Alley on for the 2nd punt of the game for him. Chase Jr. from Fort Myers, Florida. Honorable mention on the Centennial Conference team.
Great point you made. I think Bay was thinking Robbie was maybe going to, chop his feet down. He was thinking back shoulder, and Enright was just headed down the field.
All right, I think I've got Connor Daly, as the returner. Senior from Delran, New Jersey. 12 returns. Average about 6.5 yards. Oh, he's going to stop that ball and then just get forward. Made sure he had possession. The long snapper is part of that. That's part of those the tackling crew. Zach Stone, it looks like, and then Claude Sternad to make the stop. All right, ball at the 26-yard line, and here's that Susquehanna offense. They can make things happen.
Yeah, not quite as many opportunities for these receivers, maybe individually on the year as Colcrotty and Enright. They spread it out plenty. Keep your eyes on Growney. Let's see if he can make some plays. A little bit quiet in this NCAA tournament after a landmark conference Rookie of the Year campaign.
Empty backfield, Ehrlich down the field. Growney, and that's broken up. That was right there for Growney, and Kevin Ola with the pass breakup.
And right on cue, Ehrlich trying to get his top receiving threat involved, and Ola with some great coverage.
Now, Kevin Ola has done an excellent job in his 2nd season starting. Look at that, just getting the hand in.
Just a little bit over the head of Growney, trying to make that over-the-shoulder catch. Tough play to make. See if Ehrlich comes back to him here in this series.
All right, give, and it's to Angelo. Up to the 29-yard line on a gain of 3. I said Ola in his second season, but first year starting. Last year's Johns Hopkins squad that made it to the semifinals had 2 graduate students as the outside cornerbacks on this defensive side. Ola from Carlsbad, California. David Halal, the junior from Irvine, California, the other starting cornerback here for Johns Hopkins. Looks like they're pressuring the line and decide to pull out. Ehrlich, pump fake, slips out of the tackler. Oh, and fumble, sack, forced fumble, loose ball. Smith on top of it. Johns Hopkins has recovered. Penalty flags after the play. But that Jays defensive line came through.
You know, and that's where Ehrlich is so dangerous when he's scrambling around, trying to make a play. Defense is out of sorts. Johns Hopkins says, nah, not this time. Maybe forcing a huge turnover.
Ehrlich had that sorted out. As you can see, the man from behind is the one with the strip sack.
And Johns Hopkins, they were aware of that scrambling ability. Looks like maybe at the end of this play is where that flag comes in.
Personal foul? Yeah.
But just aware that was a huge part of the game plan, having to understand everybody with that, front 6, front 7 has to understand where he is when he breaks the pocket. Beautifully done by the Johns Hopkins front, and they forced a turnover. And now, talk about being set up well.
Half the distance to the goal line penalty called against one of the offensive linemen there for Susquehanna. All right, so possession now with the ball at the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Jays. Here's Harvey. Give Josh Moore motion into the backfield. Penalty flag thrown as Moore gets inside the 10. Gonna get a holding call on the right tackle. And back the team up.
Yeah, this one clearly heard. That was on Pearson. Looks like, yeah, just gets that reach around trying to spring his man, but you can't do that. And Hopkins again, for now a 3rd straight series, dealing with penalties.
Now on that sack and fumble, credit Graham Hodge, the sophomore from Cincinnati, Ohio, with the strip sack and fumble. We watch Smith on the recovery. All right, 1st and 20 now, and Harvey contacted in the backfield. Harvey slips out of it, bounces it out left side, trying to get out of bounds, and does. Maple in pursuit, but Harvey takes it out of bounds at the 10. All right, so Bay with an 11-yard gain. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9 from the 10.
Yeah, and again, that extra element there on the design keeper, and it's sniffed out in a hurry, but Bay Harvey, the grad student, what he's done all year, calm, shrugs it off, keeps the legs churning, gets a couple of yards.
Ben, I'm just taking a look at the numbers for Hodge now. 3.5 sacks on the season, but for Hodge now, 3 forced fumbles in his sophomore campaign. All right, both running backs in the game. Here's the give, and it's to Schroeder. Schroeder down toward the 5-yard line, rumbles out of bounds. He had Pugliano leading the way as Jeff gets to the 5.
Enright limping a little after that play, but again, just the threat of Bay keeping that and taking it up the middle on that zone read kind of just freezes everyone as you see him getting rolled up on a little bit at the end there. Just kind of freezes that whole defense, and it allows Schroeder time to get out to the edge.
All right, Enright still out on the field. The 5-yard gain now makes it 3rd down and 4 for the Jays. Schroeder the lone back, see 2 tight ends. Here's the give to Jeff. Jeff, right side. Great job as he saw that, saw some space and then met on that defensive side. Steve Seibert, Berkeley Wagner, part of that tackling group. But Seibert, the second teamer in that conference, and their second leading tackler on the team.
And we say it all the time with Jeff Schroeder, but he gets to give there. You see his big Brian Layton just clogging up the hole right in his face. So no worry, make a little jump cut to the edge, and it's 4th and short now.
All right, 4th down and 2. Hopkins lines up, looking for the push. Harvey doesn't take the snap right away. And now a timeout called by Johns Hopkins. All right, so looking to see if they could. All right, what the situation would have been this. 4th down and 2 from the 3-yard line. All right, you get the, okay, suppose you get the defensive offsides. It's going to be half the distance to the goal. It would give them like 1.5 yards, but where would that ball now be spotted? It'd still be short of the line to gain because the line to gain is at the 1-yard line. But now that maybe makes that 4th and goal push, or excuse me, that 4th down push a little easier for a first or a score.
Well, and this is just smart coaching, frankly, from Johns Hopkins, Dan Wadika and co. Understanding how to manage the game. He's coached on both sides of the ball. It's kind of allowed him that ability. But hey, you get up, you hard count there. See if we can draw something. Like you're saying, just get a little bit extra. Now we'll call the timeout. Doesn't look like Johns Hopkins offensively going anywhere. Doesn't surprise you because really, talking to both of these staffs before the game, I know we see the 3 on the board for Susquehanna, but they were pretty clear. It's not going to take field goals to win a playoff game. We need to score touchdowns. Johns Hopkins, again, little hesitation. Here comes Bay Harvey and co.
Oh, the offense back out here on this 4th down.
And look, that's just showing you the respect they have for the guys on the other side of the field. They're saying, hey, 10-3 doesn't mean a whole bunch to us. We want this game to get to 14-3.
This time the heavy backfield includes the left tackle, Michael Nwusu. Here's the give, Schroeder behind those guys. Forward, and is he down to the 1-yard line? That's the important yard line. Oh, look where they're coming in. This one, so close.
We got both teams celebrating.
1st down, wow. Johns Hopkins getting the first there. 2 yards on a hard push. All right, right up to the line. Harvey comes right up, forces a timeout call as Susquehanna was substituting in on that play.
Yeah, good timeout there from the Riverhawks as well. Again, you got great coaching staffs kind of dueling it out here in this NCAA tournament.
Yeah, so you can see that he followed behind Bechtel as he came up, and Schroeder got that important 2 yards for the first. Now, for those not used to seeing Johns Hopkins football, coming back up to the line after a critical short carry for a first, Johns Hopkins does quick snap a 1st down play. Obviously, Susquehanna ready for it, and gives the situation right now where it's a 1st and goal from the 1. It'll be 4 attempts, tries for Johns Hopkins.
Well, and also there by Johns Hopkins, just by keeping the same set that they have on the field, the same personnel, they don't allow Susquehanna to sub, because if they sub, Susquehanna obviously gets the chance to match, but just getting right up to the line, really all Susquehanna could do is take a timeout because they didn't want to see the same thing happen on 4th and short on, 1st and goal.
Both teams scored on their opening drives. As you can see, Johns Hopkins a touchdown, Susquehanna a field goal. Second drive opportunities, well, Johns Hopkins trying to take advantage of a strip sack fumble and now have the ball on the 1-yard line. They'll go with that same heavy set in the backfield with Jeff Schroeder, the primary back, but it's Harvey, the keeper, pushes forward, touchdown. You saw the signal from the judge over on the far side that Harvey in for the score. The Jays with their second TD of the game. This time on the ground and Bay Harvey.
Yeah, and you see Nwusu and Bechtel. And look, Bechtel's going to come in, and Bay Harvey kind of held up just for a moment. You get big John Bechtel. He comes in. How about this tush push? Just clears out the pile, pushes his QB into the end zone.
Bay's been scoring on the ground besides completing touchdown passes here this season, and especially in this NCAA playoff run. Here's Caleb Wade on for the extra point. His attempt is good. And so the Jays now take a 14-3 lead over Susquehanna as we're past the midway point of the second quarter here in Baltimore.
Check out the backfields for Johns Hopkins here. Of course, we see Bay Harvey with that punch in a moment ago, but again, with Schroeder and his balance and kind of the balance of the QB and running back ground game makes Johns Hopkins so difficult to stop. Lamons, we've seen a little bit early on in this game so far in this first half, looks healthy. Let's see if Susquehanna can keep him involved.
Boy, both teams, we talked about scoring on their first possessions. Johns Hopkins, a 91-yard drive, 6 minutes, 3 seconds. Susquehanna's field goal possession, 53 yards, 6:05 off the clock. But this time, the Jays on that short field take advantage and score. All right, this kick will be fielded at the 5-yard line. It's the freshman Angelo. Aaron up the field and just into the pile, up to the 15-yard line. Well, the Riverhawks will take over. 5:44 to go here in the quarter, and the Jays up by 11.
And again, slowing down Susquehanna, holding them to that field goal instead of 7 points. It does make the tone of this game feel a little bit different now with the Johns Hopkins having this 14-3 lead. And you're getting the feeling this is time that the Riverhawks, I keep using boxing analogies, they got to throw a punch back, right?
All right, see what the Susquehanna squad can do. Ehrlich needs to bounce back from the fumble on the last drive. First down give, Rashawn Lamons. That guy keeps moving. Awesome to see up to the 21-yard line on a gain of 6. They brought up Lamons, and yes, a first-teamer in their conference, but more importantly, actually third team all region according to D3Football.com. I mean, we're talking the region here, and a third teamer at that running back spot. 11 touchdowns on the ground and 2 in the air for Rashawn Lamons.
And he's been dealing, nicks and injuries really throughout the year, which makes that even more impressive. He was maybe even more explosive last year as a freshman.
Play action. Ehrlich trying to get out of the pocket, find some room. Goes with the pass out of bounds, incomplete. Didn't want to run out of bounds and take a loss of yardage. But the incomplete pass will bring up a third down now and 4 from the 21.
Look at those big fellas up front. Guidi, Seibert, Newell chasing down Ehrlich, not getting, greedy, not rushing upfield, staying in their lanes, staying contained, and not allowing that dual threat monster to make a play.
Third down and 4 now here for the Riverhawks. Ehrlich pass, and it's incomplete. Broken up by Carson Bordeaux. Making the play as they were looking for Angelo, the freshman.
Bordeaux, the 2 times we've called his name today so far, they've been in critical situations. A third down tackle earlier on Morganroth by the shoestrings, and here on 3rd and about 5, a big-time pass breakup.
Punt team on for Dominic Bourgeois. He's a local guy, should have pointed that out. Baltimore, Maryland. His punt will land at the 48-yard line and kick out of bounds. He is their place kicker, their field goal kicker, the kickoff man, and the punter. And special honor for him as his punt out of bounds at the 48. 27 yards on the punt. But let me just point out that what an honor. He's amongst the 41 semifinalists for, first off, first team, AFCA All-American. Okay, that's plenty of honor right there. He's also up for the Fred Mitchell Award, which goes to the best kicker in FCS D2 or D3, and he's one of 41 semifinalists there. He's just had that good of a season, that good of a career here. Perfect on field goals, has only missed 1 point after attempt on 68 tries. And the punter for this team. All right, first down play. Here's Harvey. Goes left side, And able to fight off one blocker. I think that was Fleming that tried to block him down, and Bay slipped off the tackle. Ran him out of bounds, but gets 4 yards.
Back-to-back drives, Johns Hopkins has started beyond midfield. Obviously, the turnover setting them up from the 11 last time out. Here, just a couple yards in front of that 50 after the punt.
On 2nd down and 6. Here for the Jays. And once again, seeing Bechtel in the backfield, ready to block it up for Schroeder. Schroeder looking to push forward. Boy, you just saw that right side of the line push the entire defensive line to the left and open things up. Pass, certainly to where the tackle box was wide open on that right side. So Jeff forward to the 39-yard line, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 1 after the 5-yard gain. Patience was a virtue on that last play. Schroeder to the side of Harvey. Bechtel and Linder are lined up as the twin H-backs here. Give to Jeff. Jeff pushing forward, now springs free. Down the middle of the field, inside the 20, 10, touchdown. Jeff Schroeder for the score, 39 yards.
And there's the quick strike ability. Watch Jeff Schroeder get up to the line. He's gonna peek out one side, sneak out the back end, and off to the races for a Johns Hopkins score.
Caleb Waite on for the extra point attempt. After the Jays score on another dynamic play this season, here's Waite's extra point attempt. Kick is up, and it is no good. He pulled that one left. There was pressure off that left side, and that was from Xavier Maple, who has blocked a kick before. But the score still 20-3.
And Schroeder's been finishing runs today as well. Remember back on that first series when he kind of got loose up the sideline, stuck his shoulder down at the end of it there as well. He already sprung out of that pile. They weren't taking him down. Touchdown for number 20.
And that is his 20th rushing touchdown this season for Jeff, now well over the 1,200-yard mark here in 2025.
When you look at him and Bay Harvey, I know Bay now a grad student as well, but you get the sense, they're kind of, veteran years now as well, just so much confidence and comfort. He kind of, the belief in himself, hey, I can get up to the line, chop my feet down, look, find where the seam is, not just trying to get impatient. Again, patience really maybe his best virtue, and there shows it off for 6.
100 yards on the ground today for Schroeder. As Waite's kicks fielded by Angelo at the 4-yard line. Oh, down the sideline. He's running 40-yard line before he's brought down by Justin Scully. Oh, they say he got forward to the 44-yard line on a solid return.
Nice return there from Angelo. A little shaken up on the end of it, but that's just what you need here if you're a Susquehanna fan, trying to get something going and jumpstart yourself back into this game.
All right, from the 44-yard line.
And to that note, both teams really have done a great job covering kicks up until that return.
All right, Ehrlich in the pocket here from the gun, and under 3 minutes to work with here in the second. Motion man is Robbins, the tight end. Give Lamons left side, running into a pile, tries to reverse his course. Ehrlich throws a block, helps to spring him. He slips out of a tackle by Hogue. Wow, what a good job there by Lamons. And then a help from the QB, Ehrlich. He gets forward to the 45-yard line.
And Dan Wadika, I know Lamons has been dealing with injury. He said, we're preparing like Barry Sanders is going to show up. That looked like a little bit like old Barry back in the 90s, reversing course and picking up a first down.
Wow. That was 11 yards forward, but how many yards he actually ran?
At least 30,
yeah,
35.
Couldn't total that one. Wow. All right, Ehrlich to pass. Oh, downfield, looking. Oh, right to his man, incomplete. There was such tight coverage there, Growney and Ola. And Growney was completely aware of where that ball was. Couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, he's a big physical receiver, but Kevin Ola tested twice now in that matchup, and he's been up to the task.
Growney, the freshman, 48 catches on the year, 8 touchdown receptions for number 24. All right, here's the give. It's Lamont. Bounces into the pile, tries to bounce off, and can't get anywhere. No yards on the play that time, and they'll bring up 3rd and 10.
You know, and Lamont's made that great play, happened to move the sticks a couple of moments ago, but for the most part, and even on that wild run, he's been bottled up right at the line of scrimmage by this Johns Hopkins front.
All right, so 3rd down and 10 here on the way. We talk about Ola in coverage a couple plays ago. His first career interception was in the regular season contest in Selinsgrove. 3rd down and 10. We've run down to the 2-minute timeout. And that's where teams get a breather here with 2 minutes to play in the second quarter. But Susquehanna driving and into plus territory here this afternoon here in Baltimore. Johns Hopkins and Susquehanna. Later on, Army, Navy. A lot of history amongst everybody, but there's still football to be played next week here in the Division III Football Championship. The one connection with the winner here facing the winner of the Wisconsin River Falls Wheaton College matchup, well, Hopkins center Drew Chirondet is in his first year playing for the Jays, but did transfer from Wheaton College here for this 2025 season. One note that I brought up last week, Ben, had just been looking at some numbers. Their primary running back that he blocked for last year as a sophomore, Giovanni Weeks. Okay, I don't know if you've seen these numbers or not, but you ready? 5,324 yards, career rushing yards for that guy. 81 rushing touchdowns.
Well, and that's part of what's coming into this year made what Susquehanna has done so impressive, because they lost a lot of production, Weeks very much included in that, and still right back at this stage.
Ehrlich is sacked. Will Seibert. Right in there for the Jays after the 2-minute timeout.
You hear it all the time, 3rd and long, that's where a defense wants to live. Pin your ears back and try to rush the passer. Seibert and Newell all back there, Olsen maybe as well, but Will Seibert just splitting through that D-line you saw in the replay to get home.
All right, and after that sack, let's see, a loss of 8 yards on the play. So punt situation, but Johns Hopkins calls a timeout, stop the clock. You'll have 1 timeout left to use. Both teams down to 1 apiece and 1:55 to go. Update on the score.
John Carroll with that 14-0 lead over Barry. Of course, that Bethel North Central game should be kicking off right about now. We're just past 1 p.m.
How about John Carroll? Oh, John Carroll, by the way, well, a regular season opponent of Johns Hopkins and the home opener here in Baltimore for the Jays, which the Jays did take down John Carroll in that game. Bourgeois' punt. Fair catch by Enright inside the 20-yard line. So that John Carroll game last week, upsetting Mount Union, actually made ESPN's College Football Today. Loved seeing that as they showed the upset. This Johns Hopkins team had gone to Mount Union last year for the semifinal matchup and played in sun, then snow, then sun again. But they ringed the field there at Karis Field. Their longtime head coach, they named the field after him once they renovated their stadium. And so they were swarming around. John Carroll's field goal kicker was true in overtime, shanked one during the regulation. But then Mount Union went for it on their overtime possession, 4th down to try to score the touchdown and end it, and couldn't. 10-7 was the final there. Here, our score 20-3, and the first down give is to Jeff Schroeder. And up to the 24-yard line. And we're seeing the teams. We're seeing the offense just muddle, huddle a little bit. Not a sense of urgency here.
I think Bay Harvey's he's saying it. Can we get the call in a little bit quicker? I know we're not in a huge rush, but
may just be trying to bring this thing down. Still looking for a first down to continue to possess. But the first down run gained 5 yards. 2nd down and 5. And the give to Schroeder here, right side, following behind Chirondet. And he'll get up to the 27. As we're under a minute to go here in the quarter.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Johns Hopkins picks up this 3rd down to see them, as we're going to get a timeout here. I wouldn't be surprised to see them, if they pick up the 3rd, maybe take a shot, but I think you're seeing kind of this mindset right now, just with, again, the nature of the way the offense has been operating. Sustaining long drives, not as much, quick hitting stuff. I know we just saw the big 39-yard scamper from Schroeder, but putting drives together has been kind of the flavor of the NCAA tournament, not deep shots. And I think maybe you'd see a little bit more aggression if it was the latter in this moment right now. On the other side of that as well, trusting what the defense has done against this high-powered Susquehanna attack.
All right, 50 seconds to go here in the second quarter. I think what's interesting in thinking about the matchup between these two, part of this with being the series history, all right, but also part of this too, being the connection that actually exists between these two programs, the coaching staff, and it really does all still revolve around longtime Johns Hopkins head coach Jim Margraf, who had the team in the semifinals right before he passed away. But both coaches, of course, Dan Wadika, a graduate of here, Tom Perkovich, his time in just being on the other sideline, but always really interacting with Coach Margraf. All right, this 3rd down give to Schroeder. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but the clock will run right now. And looking at the difference, it's virtually simultaneous. The Jays may have to get off one play here. It's actually so close I can't truly tell. I think the game clock is about a half second slower. Excuse me, I think the play clock is a half second slower than the game clock. Oh, and now with the reset of the play clock, yeah. This will be the last play of the second quarter. Hold on. We've got officials calling for a stoppage of the clocks.
I think they want to chat about the play clock reset.
Should I have started pumping my hand up in the air? The white hat is asking right now. I still think it was about a half second difference where the play clock was behind the game clock. So I think they still would have run out of time. But you can see the referee talking to the back judge because he's the one who's got the eyes on the play clock and the game clock.
Right, but if it's a half second difference, still might have to technically run a play maybe. If it's a full, it looked like, I guess now it's 3, but if it looked like it bumped up to 6 or 7. I don't know. If it's a bigger difference, right, you would still have to operate the 4th down.
All right, let's see what, we'll see what all comes of it. referee Ryan Novosel.
And he's got all eyes on Homewood Field on him right now. The man of the hour.
And about 30 people who want to, give their input on the decision. Okay, I don't know how well how it came through the microphone, but reset the game clock to 45 seconds. Reset the play clock to 40 seconds. So guess what? I think one thing we figured out is a play has to be run, and more than one play, I guess, has to be run now. They'll wind both clocks. Yeah.
Brian Kemble, NCAA official coordinator on site for this one. Can we get him up in the booth? I need a chat. We got to sort this out.
It is what it is.
No, I'm not even
black and white
that's
stripes.
Not a complaint either way. I would like to get a deep dive onto what the conversation there was before the mic came on, right?
Here's Johns Hopkins. They're just going to let the clock run down and ultimately take that their last timeout. They'll have to punt the ball, and so we're looking essentially at that one play, and maybe they won't even punt the ball. Just think about it where they are right now. They're at the 27-yard line. That's 27 yards to the goal line as the game clock winds down to 5 seconds left. Hopkins calls the timeout. All right, so look, you've got 5 seconds. Can you run around and kill off 5 seconds right before the clock ends? Just got to block it up real well. I mean, you can punt. And
I feel like we do a lot of, we do so much prep with the coaches, obviously, peeling back the curtain here a little bit before these games. But this is one situation I think we must have forgotten to ask about. How do you handle 5 seconds left in the half? You're up 17. You're on the 27, and it's 4th down. How do you handle this one, Dan?
Well, we will see what happens on, this play when the ball is snapped with 5 seconds left. Amazing. I do love getting into the weeds a little bit
we asked
on
about
football.
4th down philosophy, how to utilize your kickers, all those types of things. This one, this situation, we must have forgotten about. We'll have to not to next time.
Oh, well, boy, 20-3 our score right now. And for Johns Hopkins, 3 touchdowns, the missed extra point on the last one. But in the air, it was cold karate to Robbie Enright for the touchdown pass, that opening drive. Harvey ran one in from a yard out after a strip sack of Josh Ehrlich. And then Jeff Schroeder, a 39-yard touchdown run on the last series. Here it is, 4th down. Harvey's got Schroeder in the backfield. Bay will take the snap. Bay starts to run backwards towards the 15, and he launches the ball down the field. He throws it inbounds, and it's incomplete, and it falls in the grasp of no one. Time's run out. Would have preferred maybe that ball to have gone to the sideline, but hey, it is what it is, and it's halftime right now. Hey, we made it to halftime. The clock's actually 0? Yes, it is. I love having fun on a football Saturday, and great to be playing in December. These two teams in the quarterfinals. And our halftime score, it's Johns Hopkins 20 and Susquehanna 3.
And Johns Hopkins felt like had a lot of the answers there in that first half. Now, for the first time in a couple weeks, Susquehanna trailing and trying to battle back.
We're looking forward to talking to the head coach, Tom Perkovich, just putting on the headset right now. It's 20-3, our halftime score. Look, I'll just say this, Ben, all right? My mind a little numb from whatever that clock situation was here at the end of the second quarter. But, Coach, I am sure you're clear thinking right now, and so you've got some talking to do in the locker room at the half. What are you looking to switch up here?
Yeah, we've got to stay on the field offensively better and be better on third down on both sides of the football. And try to keep winning up. Try to win better up front. We gotta stop the momentum of them, and the turnover's a big thing. We can't turn the ball over.
Yeah, Coach Ben here. Thanks for joining us. What are you seeing on those third down situations? Trying to get your offensive going.
Yeah, we just got to execute better. Got to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and we got to execute the pass game.
Coach, we certainly appreciate your time. Let you get into the locker room. Have a good second half.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us here on the sideline. Here at Homewood Field, again, the halftime score, it's Johns Hopkins 20 and Susquehanna 3.
John Carroll Berry, halftime update, 14-0 in favor of John Carroll.
How about that? Looking forward to seeing what's going on there. And, of course, the winner of this one faces the winner of two schools that will kick off probably at the end of this game. It's a 3 o'clock slated kickoff here on this Saturday afternoon. All right, Ben, you and I will step aside. Everybody, you got some time. It's halftime. Go ahead and enjoy the refreshments, and we'll be back with you in about 15 minutes here on ESPN+. to Homewood Field in Baltimore, Maryland. And this quarterfinal matchup between the Johns Hopkins Blue Jays and the Susquehanna Riverhawks. 20-3 our halftime score here in Baltimore. And we thank you for watching wherever you are around the world. Glad to have you on board here this Saturday afternoon. Boy, what a good day it's been so far here for us. Great weather for a football contest in the quarterfinals. And now a good time to talk to Johns Hopkins head coach Dan Wadika. Dan, what a successful first half for you guys, 20-3, still 30 minutes to play.
Yeah, no, really proud of our defense, especially making them kick that field goal on the first drive, and it's just been really stout. D-line's been playing great in the run game, but we're going to have to continue. You know, it starts with this drive right here. Going to have a great second half.
Coach, first touchdown of the game, and it's a little bit of trickery, right? Goal to Robbie. Where did that come from? Dialing that up to get yourself on the scoreboard.
Yeah, Cole Crotty can throw the ball too. Pretty dynamic. I know that's all our offensive coaching staff seeing. Hey, that something might have been there, and it's a great job those guys executing.
Good luck in the second half.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Certainly appreciate that. It's our halftime, 20-3. We've heard from both coaches right now, and you know, both can bring it. We're looking forward to an exciting second half here. Ben, what an exciting first half, too.
Yeah, and here it is. Cole Crotty involved in the passing game, but this time with his arm finds his buddy Robbie Enright for the opening score. And then Susquehanna going back down the field. Ehrlich getting things going a little bit with his legs. But remember, Johns Hopkins on defense stepped up, held Susquehanna here on this drive to 3 points, and were able to tack on a couple more touchdown scores as the half progressed. Of course, a big-time help by this big-time play to force the fumble. Ehrlich trying to scramble around, set up Johns Hopkins after a penalty at the 11-yard line.
That was Graham Hodge, who came in for the sack and the forced fumble, and Jack Smith in his first start back. Ultimately, Bay in for the score on that one, and that didn't stop the scoring, obviously. Jeff Schroeder bouncing it outside for 39 yards, and the score for Johns Hopkins to cap off the 3 scoring drives for the Jays in that first half of play, with only that last one being the short one, 1:36 on that short 3-play drive there. Schroeder taking it in.
I think when you look at those totals, Johns Hopkins being able to outgain Susquehanna by this much, I don't think either one of us were maybe expecting. We thought a lot of the balance from the Riverhawks with their both passing and rushing game would be able to do some damage to the Johns Hopkins defense. So far, that's not been the story.
Not something that we've mentioned actually so far, but because here you are, you're so deep into the 2025 season, but you know, for Coach Perkovich, came into this season, with having to replace 15 starters from last year's team that made it to the third round. And so here they are on the reload. The fact is, then they lose guys to injury along that offensive line. Let's face it, I didn't mention this one either, but when they take possession here in this second half after the opening kickoff, they're still playing with guys on that offensive line that are hurt. They're injured. They're still playing and playing well. Josh Ehrlich, Gallardi semifinalist. I mean, at his years there, now a junior at Susquehanna, but his years there and what he's done this year, he and Bay amongst a quarterback-heavy group that are those semifinalists there for the Gallardi Award.
And all those things are really why you can't count Susquehanna out of this game, even down 20-3 at halftime. They've been fighting through adversity since the preseason. It's not going to phase them here.
Riverhawks faced Christopher Newport and Johns Hopkins in the non-conference schedule. That's their 2 losses. And, well, if I have the stat right from the last 6 seasons, of course, they've won 9 or more games. They, along with a school like Johns Hopkins, and have never lost to an opponent that was not ranked. All right, this kickoff fielded by Angelo right at the 15-yard line. And Aaron forward up to the 30-yard line before he hits the pile. That 15-yard return. What? The field position there for Susquehanna. The start there at the 30-yard line.
Neither QB in that first half, at least through the air, lighting the world on fire. Ehrlich 5 of 9 for 25 total yards. And for Bay Harvey on the other side, 4 of 10 for 35 yards. Now, Bay Harvey obviously does have the rushing touchdown as well.
Lamons, 9 of 26 on the ground. Aaron Angelo, 2 rushes for 10 yards total for him. For this Susquehanna offense, did not convert a third down in the first half. 0 for 4. On the first down play, here's Ehrlich. Keeper straight up the middle on the decision there. Gains 4 to the 34-yard line. So the offensive lineman I was going to just mention, of course, their left tackle Connor Main, first team all conference, and has done great work at that left tackle position. But Liam Riley at the right tackle position broke one hand preseason, broke the second of the other hand during the season, and there he is out at right tackle, number 75, the senior from Pottstown, Pennsylvania. Ehrlich getting pressure, flushed out to the right side, heading to the sidelines. Smith will make sure he runs out of bounds, and he does so at the 30, let's see where they spotted, at the 33-yard line. Oh, 32-yard line. Have we settled on that? Okay. Gain of 2. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
Seibert with the pressure there. Browning Trainer came flying through the line of scrimmage as well.
As you've mentioned, just haven't called a whole lot of the names on the receiving end of things. Here's Ehrlich on 3rd down. Ehrlich rolls to his right, throws back the middle of the field, finds Growney. Complete. 45-yard line, slips out of a tackle. Then he's brought down at the 49-yard line by Halal after a 17-yard gain.
Hey, look, you're not supposed to throw back across your body rolling right as a quarterback, but 3rd and 8, you're down 17 points, NCAA playoffs. It really doesn't matter what you're supposed to do. Got to break out all the stops, finds his man, picks up a 1st down.
First 3rd down conversion of the game. And for Daniel Growney, his first catch of the contest. From the 49, here's Ehrlich in the pocket. Just dumps it down Lamont into Johns Hopkins territory, where he's brought down by Isaac Arquidi at the 44-yard line. Arquidi making the tackle after a 7-yard.
You know, I know Growney's a big physical receiver that can get down the field, but I wouldn't mind seeing him maybe get a little quick slant, little something underneath. He can kind of turn into a running back once he does catch the football. He does wear that running back number in terms of 24. Wouldn't mind that from the Susquehanna offense.
2nd down and 3 now for the Riverhawks. Ehrlich calls for the snap. Steps up, dumps it into the middle. Nice job by the tight end Robbins. No forward progress, Bordeaux and Schondelmeyer, but he wasn't going out either. Robbins with his 2nd catch of the day. Glenwood, Maryland. Went to Glen Elg High School, and that would be in Howard County, which is southwest of where we are here in Baltimore.
Yeah, and that's why you get your big 6'4", 230 tight end playing over the middle. Ehrlich rips it in there, hauls that in traffic.
1st and 10 from the 39. Ehrlich pressured and throws it out of bounds. Trainer, Newell, and Hodge all after the QB.
Ehrlich, we've seen him run in this direction on scrambles a whole bunch. This time some kind of a design sprint out look, sprint roll out, and he just has to get rid of that.
2nd down and 10 now. From the 39-yard line. 20-3 our score. Winner of this game faces the winner of the contest at 3 p.m. Eastern Time between Wheaton College and Wisconsin River Falls. Oh, backwards pass. Growney. Oh, well, they say incomplete. Must have been forwards enough. Whew. I thought that was at least along the line, along the yard line where Ehrlich threw it. Look, he's at the 44. Oh, and that ball, I think that skipped behind it, but they said forward incomplete pass. Did you see that or no?
I was just looking at.
I thought if it was behind, it's a live ball. It is what it is, and it is 3rd down.
With you, very close. I'm with you. It was close to being backwards as well. I think Ehrlich wanted that quick RPO look and then didn't hit it right away, so he just had to throw that little check down.
Slips out of the pressure of Hogue. Newell in pursuit. Ehrlich up the field. Newell trips him up. He gets forward yardage to the 36-yard line on a gain of 3. Watch 91.
And that no decision there you're mentioning on the backwards maybe swing pass turns this into you get a 3rd and 10 instead of a 3rd and 15 or 16. I know there was no clear recovery, but now maybe you got a shot here on 4th down.
That's right. 4th and at least a little more manageable. 4th down and 7 from the 36-yard line. Here's Ehrlich. Pump fake. Completes it to Robbins. Trying to get forward, and he's not going to get there. Nice job on the play. Was that Teo Alunga-Reed on the tackle? Yes, sir. The grad student now from New York. New York making the stick.
And I just mentioned the frame there of Robbins, 6'4", 230, and Alunga-Reed with a big-time physical tackle short of the chains.
That's awesome to see Teo out on the field on the defensive side. And the turnover on downs. Johns Hopkins takes over on their 32-yard line. The first possession here of the 3rd quarter. Play action. A dump out here to Schroeder. Schroeder up past the 40-yard line before he's tackled by Roosh. That's the first time I've called, well, it's the first time I've called Jesse Roosh's name. I'm sure he's in the tackle column. But the Jays, 11 yards and a first.
Yeah, and for Roosh, a player that really can just be all over the field, one of the linebackers for Susquehanna. They need him to step up and start making some plays, preferably on the favorable side of the line of scrimmage. Of course, that's in the backfield if you're a Susquehanna fan.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. Here's the give, and it's to Schroeder. Had 108 yards rushing in that first half already. Was over that 100-yard mark. And up to the 46-yard line on a gain of 3. I want to give Roosh his credit. That's his 4th tackle of the game here. Ferguson and Seibert just one more at 5 apiece so far through this contest.
Yeah, Roosh, leading tackler on the Susquehanna defense. First team, all landmark last couple of years. Lined up on the top of your screen on the edge right now.
Crotty in motion. Pop pass complete to Cole Crotty. Crotty with some blockers. Schroeder in front of him. Cole out to the sideline. And down to the 43-yard line of Susquehanna. 11 yards. And a first down.
And the Susquehanna outside linebackers, Roosh there trying to set the edge. They have a tough task. They have to be versatile. They play on the line like you saw there. Sometimes they're off the ball. Nearly made one of those plays right at the line of scrimmage, but Cole Crotty able to escape in another Johns Hopkins first down.
So the Jays in the plus territory here once again. And this time with Crotty here to the near side. Play action. Harvey took that one deep. Oh, sends it downfield. Penalty flag thrown. Enright touchdown. But I see a flag thrown in the middle of the field. And we'll see what the result is. If it stands, it's a 43-yard touchdown pass, and it stands. A defensive defensive penalty holding on the call.
Looking at this again, Enright able to escape his man as he sprints upfield, and there are one of those deep shots just slipped by Ben Fleming on the route. And finally, we're talking about the body shots, the short gain, staying on schedule. It's been a couple big plays now, a couple explosives. We saw one on the ground with Schroeder. Now we see one over the top. Harvey to Enright. See this field goal block.
All right, Brad Paxton on for the extra point. Kick gets blocked, but a penalty flag was thrown. I feel like the man in for the block got a little bit of an early start.
Yeah, I was going to say Maple, it looked like in real time, came just a little bit when you saw that jump. I didn't see the flag initially, but kind of makes a little bit more sense he was in the backfield in such a hurry.
All right, they had brought Brad Paxton. Paxton, by the way, was the regular field goal and point after kicker for the Jays up into the second round of the playoffs, so just a couple of games ago. Paxton, a sophomore from Tampa, Florida. He turned over kicking duties to Waite, the freshman. Waite had been the kickoff guy through the season. Here's Paxton with his extra point attempt, and this one is good. All right, so the big score there. Harvey to Enright for the score. And the extra point is at 27-3, our score here in the third quarter. All right, time to take a look at just a few more details in this history between these two schools. And as you can see, they're both used to making it into the NCAAs. Susquehanna particularly over the last few years, but you see 7 appearances altogether. And that, this, of course, is the first time they faced each other in the NCAA tournament, but a lot of history with the two programs, and then some mingled history with their matchups over the years.
You know, we talk a lot, Coach Margraf, right, and his fingerprints being all over this Johns Hopkins program. Remember, kind of those run and becoming one of the staples in the NCAA tournament in terms of Susquehanna started when they were back members of the Centennial Conference, and so many of the coaches, you know, it feels like, again, we're getting back to those conversations throughout the year, kind of, you know, salute Coach Margraf, right, and just what he meant not only to Johns Hopkins, but the conference as a whole.
All right, Growney will take this Waite kickoff at the 9-yard line. Oh, wrapped up and stopped right at the 25-yard line. That was John Bechtel in on the tackle for the Jays. And the 25-yard line after the return of about 16 yards. 140th season of Johns Hopkins football here this year. And Susquehanna, I think, not far behind.
I know we're on special teams there, but big John Bechtel, remember, he played some defense when he was at UConn, right? Started off as a defensive player, switched to offense, dealt with a whole bunch of injuries in his time there. It's been a big factor, obviously mostly as a blocker for the Blue Jays this year, but big stop, big stick there on that return.
Yeah, Jack Smith on first down here with the stop of Josh Ehrlich. Ehrlich gets 7 yards on that first down play. Brings up second down and 3. Yeah, Susquehanna football program, 1892, 126 season. Their third year here in the Landmark Conference. Ehrlich on second down and 3. Pass across the middle, low, incomplete. Intended there for Hunter Morganroth. But it falls incomplete and brings up third down.
You're starting to see Ehrlich now, when he does have time and a little bit of room to work with, thinking about the pressure maybe in a low throw there, just trying to get it out of his hands quick.
Susquehanna converted their first third down opportunity here in the third quarter, first of the game, and this time past Lamons, caught, first down. Susquehanna keep the drive alive. There's Lamons up to the 38-yard line on the gain of 6.
Yeah, in moments like these, tough sledding all day offensively, it's time just to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. Lamons, obviously one of those guys.
(27-3) our score. Their first drive here of the third quarter. Susquehanna turned it over on downs. Oh, pass deflected. Incomplete. Graham Hodge once again stepping up. Had the sack force fumble in that first half. But on that first drive of the third quarter, Ben, team already down 17 in that muddled area. It's too short to punt. It's too, they got to go for it on fourth down and turnover on downs. We'll see what the Riverhawks can do. On 2nd and 10, tipped again, right to his man, Hunter Morganroth. And he'll go down right around the marker. They're going to say first down, 10 yards and a first. That got tipped at the line.
Yeah, good job by Morganroth to keep tracking it after that little deflection and then scoot upfield, move the sticks.
All right, at the 48-yard line now. 22nd meeting between these two schools. As Morganroth in motion. Here's Ehrlich, pressure, gets out of the pocket. Midfield, 40. Hopkins territory, 35. And he'll take it towards the out-of-bounds mark at the 33-yard line. On a gain of 19. Out to the 34, pardon. It's an 18-yard gain for Ehrlich.
Awesome. Little cut block there from Lamons on a blitzing Jack Smith. Springs his quarterback. There was a great shot on that replay. Shout out our man Ryan Davis running the show.
1st and 10 here from the 34. Lamons to the side. Fake the give. Ehrlich didn't go to the ground. Keeps his feet. Gets down inside the 30 to the 27. Seeing Hogue and Kellen Gibson as part of the tackling duo. 7 yards. That's Susquehanna on the march. We certainly know that's what this offense has done throughout. Hopkins came into this leading the all-time series. 14 wins, 6 losses, 1 tie. But in the previous 5 matchups, Susquehanna's won 3 of those 5. Here's Ehrlich, calls for the snap. Pressure flushed out to the right side. He'll head and just slide down inside the 25-yard line. Excuse me, the slide started at the 26. So he'll get a yard, but it's still 3rd down and short. Player down on the field for Johns Hopkins. That looked to be the freshman lineman Trace Langen.
Kellen Gibson has Ehrlich dead to rights there off the edge. And again, Josh, the escapability, able to scoot out of the way, and he's creating with those legs on this drive.
All right, so stoppage as the trainer's out on the field. You can see it just at the very edge of your screen. Langen comes running off the field. Trace Langen, freshman from Houston, Texas. Always love to see what the guys are majoring in, and he's a cognitive sciences major. Do you even know what that means? I had to look it up.
I'm making faces at you like that's I'm in the communications business for a reason.
I had to look that one up, but yes, I think that has something to do with your the brain's ability to go ahead and function and tell your body to do what it does. How's that for a summary? Forward push by Ehrlich. It was 3rd and 2. He gets stopped after a 1-yard gain. And so, 4th down coming up. 4th and 1 from the 25. Well, Susquehanna down 24. And this is touchdown territory here. It was on the last drive. It is on this one. So on 4th down and 1, they'll go with a triple bunch stack here on the left side. Ehrlich now motions out. They're going to direct snap to Lamons. Lamons keeps it up the field, gets past that 24-yard line. Nice job by number 2 with 2 yards on the gain. Hopped right through that line, didn't he?
Yeah, I was going. So they got under center right with the long one to gain and tried to sneak it. Didn't get that. You kind of wonder, You go right back under center on the 4th down? No, we'll mix things up a little bit, show off our Wildcat look, use Lamons with that direct snap.
1st and 10. Riverhawks continue to drive. There's Lamons up the field, slips past one guy, touchdown. 23 yards for Rashawn Lamons for the score. The first touchdown of the game for Susquehanna on the board here in the second half.
Tom Perkovich says this man, number 2, is the most dynamic player I've ever coached. And he just made Carson Bordeaux look silly, to be quite honest, and that's a conference player of the year on the defensive side of the ball.
Here comes Dominic Bourgeois on for the extra point attempt. Spot down, kick away, and good. 27-10 our score. Susquehanna answers back that Johns Hopkins touchdown with a score of their own. That's 17-point deficit right now, the same they carried into the locker room here at the half.
I mean, we're talking Barry Sanders-esque. Did you see that cut, Steve?
Loved it. Love seeing that.
Carson Bordeaux going, how did I end up in this situation? Big shout out to these Susquehanna fans making the trip. They've been awesome. They do this all year long, no matter where this team is. They are on the road, and of course, the Homewood faithful. It feels like an event here, doesn't it? Once you get into December, you know, NCAA tournament football and finals, you know, going on campus, but kind of winding down right into the winter break, and it feels like everybody here in Baltimore loving this matchup.
It's the challenge. Can you get them out of the library and come into the game here at Johns Hopkins University?
Well, in this crowd, right, we obviously, on your camera, right, with the game action, you see the Susquehanna side, but down below our press box, we got the crowd, the Hopkins side, and that crowd has seemed to kind of creep up, get a little bit bigger and bigger every week as this year has progressed. And, of course, understanding this moment here in the quarterfinals, another trip to the NCAA Final Four on the line.
Bourgeois with the short kick. Arecchio fielded it and returned up to the 28-yard line. Johns Hopkins will take over. 1st and 10 with a 27-10 lead.
John Carroll leading Barry now 21-zip, 4th quarter action. And, of course, the 1 p.m. starting Bethel at North Central matchup. Now a 14-7 second quarter North Central lead.
Well, North Central, one of the surviving top seeds in this bracket, but others have fallen, including Christopher Newport on this side that Susquehanna defeated in the second round, 48-28. Harvey 1st down carry up to the 31-yard line. Want to gain a 3. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7. Hopkins defeated John Carroll here at Homewood Field back on September 13, 27-13 a final. In that game, that's the one thing, John Carroll into a different conference this year. They and Mount Union are always playing for the championship. That was their big 1-2 matchup as Harvey once again with the read. And gets to the 36-yard line. Gain of 5. Now this time, now in separate conferences, Carroll makes gets the upset over Mount Union last week. Yes, 4 games today, 2 next week. Stag Bowl. It's incredible. That's not the first year, but the Stag Bowl in January. 3rd down and 2 coming up here for the Jays under 2 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. Harvey's got Schroeder behind him. Crotty and Enright out on the field. Oh, boy, pulled the ball too late. A fumble recovered by Hopkins. I think Bay got on top of that. and it'll be 4th down. That read was just, that was a little long.
Well, and that is the risk with all the zone read stuff. You do get these situations, and Bay and Schroeder are usually so good with that exchange. It looked like Schroeder was, I don't know, tell me if you're seeing something different than on that replay. It looked like he was kind of ready. He thought Bay had pulled it, and then he tried to keep it in that breadbasket at the last moment, and that's where you saw kind of the miscue, ball on the turf, and a big stand, it looks like, here for Susquehanna.
They've just scored that touchdown. Now here's Alley to punt. Alley will send it down. Daly, the returner, just lets it hit. And it'll get down at the 32-yard line. 34-yard punt. Riverhawks take over on their own 32. 52 seconds left here in the third quarter. And down 17.
Ehrlich up to now 44 total yards on 11 attempts in the game. Saw him, though, on that last drive really start to get to work with his rushing. Let's see if he follows it up here on this series.
Well, Josh Ehrlich came into this game just 400-plus yards short of the all-time miscellaneous offense mark in Susquehanna history, and certainly showing what he can do today. Keeping his feet down the field. Nice job for the Riverhawks. Rob Stolfa, the junior from Shrewsbury, New Jersey, all the way into Hopkins territory at the 48-yard line.
Just a little too fast for Smith and Trainer that time. Just ran away from those two Johns Hopkins linebackers. And what a way to jumpstart this possession.
20 yards, 1st down, and in plus territory for Susquehanna. All right, Ehrlich in the pocket, pressured and sacked. Graham Hodge once again. Big sack on the play, 9 yards. The last play of the third quarter takes him down for a loss of 9.
And look, Hodge off that stunt, rushing up the middle, just keeping integrity with his rush lane. That's what forces that sack.
All right, and in the third quarter, 27-10. Ben and I will get a quick break here before our fourth quarter begins on ESPN+. Steve Staffberg, Ben Robertson back with you here for the start of the fourth quarter on ESPN+. Here's Ehrlich on 2nd down and long. Flips it out to Lamons, complete, gaining a bunch of yardage back. He's still on his feet. Sideline before he's taken out by Schondelmeyer. But what a huge pass play to open the fourth.
And again, getting this guy, Rashawn Lamons, involved. It's the healthiest he's looked in weeks, and this is what he can do. Again, just out in the flat, toss it over to him, and he does the rest.
Hogue had him and tried to throw him down, instead throw him forward. 30 yards on that pass play. 1st and 10 now from the 28-yard line. Give to Lamont. Oh, in the backfield, Browning Trainer. Move him back a yard. 2nd down and 11.
And this is where these Johns Hopkins linebackers, you see both of them. I love watching those guys operate. Trainer and Smith downhill, filling gaps and making plays at the line of scrimmage.
Trainer was our post-game guest after the 2nd round win against Springfield after a huge game there. And here's Ehrlich, flushed out of the pocket. He's not going anywhere. Will Seibert there to make the stop. Back at the 25-yard line. So credit a sack to him, loss of a yard.
I know, Ehrlich's starting to get frustrated right now. Just has been dealing with pressure throughout the game. You see it boiling up there a little bit after the play, but he's got to keep his head about him. Still has a chance here, knocking on the door of the red zone, but you got to make a big play on third down.
Third down and 12. And here's Ehrlich, free to run, and he's inside the 20 down to the 15-yard line before he gets spun down. So Josh gets 10 yards back. And it'll bring up 4th down and 2.
And he understands these situations as well. Barreling his head there into black helmets and jerseys. Not going down easily, fighting for every yard you can here in the NCAA tournament. Huge 4th down.
All right, Ehrlich's got 3 wide receivers to the left side. Lamons in the backfield with him. Robbins on the line is in motion. Second tight end to block. There's Lamons. Past the 15. Seibert had him tied up. Wasn't going to let him move forward. I don't know if he got 2 yards or not.
That's as close as it gets. It's just going to come down to the spot.
All right, we're waiting the official call.
Blue Jays think they have it. Riverhawks staying out there.
Oh, checking at the 14. Yeah, first down, Johns Hopkins. Referee Ryan Novosel signaling a turnover on downs. An awesome job after Robbins motioned in to block.
Just tough sledding. Hodge wrapping up the ankles. Seibert using that whole frame, holding the man up at the line of scrimmage, and then reinforcements coming in to make the play. What a stop for Johns Hopkins. Susquehanna marching, trying to battle back in this game. A 4th and 2 with 12 minutes to play. Jays say no.
Second time Johns Hopkins has taken over here in this second half. On downs. First down give. There's Schroeder, left side. No, excuse me, Josh Moore. As he brings it down the sideline to the 37-yard line. Huge gain on the play.
Haven't seen Josh Moore involved. He doesn't have a catch so far today, but they've gotten him a couple of carries. There, springs one. He brings that element, and he has all year to this offense. Looks like checking out now, but can be moved around in a whole bunch of different ways.
All right, up to the 37-yard line. And play action. Harvey downfield looking for Crotty, and he brings it in. Cole Crotty, the 13-yard line. 50 yards.
Steve, I'm chuckling a little bit because you run out of adjectives to describe what he's able to do. We've talked about Maple, who's had a great year at corner since taking over that starting job, and those corners have held up today on the outside, but that time Crotty gets the better of him.
Schroeder off the right side, inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
That's what he does, though. You can take that one deep ball, that one go down the sideline, and his speed and then the ability to find this football while he's falling to the ground, pretty wild. I mean, I want to say a little close maybe on the end of that there. We didn't see it again. Hopkins up to the line in a hurry.
So Harvey with his play today, he's over 7,500 career passing yards. 50-yarder there to Crotty that time. Here the Jays take over on downs and are now inside the red zone. Here's Schroeder looking for any room to run, just moves it forward a little bit. I think he's going to get a yard on the play to the 8. Now we're under 10 minutes to go here in the fourth.
You know, and that's why you take those shots for Johns Hopkins. It's been impressive, and I keep harping on it today, their ability to kind of eat away at defenses. But you got to hit one or two big ones over the top. Jays have been threatening there on a couple first plays of series, and that time Harvey to Crotty, and they link up.
So it's now 3rd down and 4 from the 7-yard line. Jays on the move. Here's Harvey. He's got the room. Touchdown. Bay in for his second rushing touchdown today. The Jays are past the 30-point mark.
A couple weeks ago after that Springfield matchup, I asked Bay Harvey about his confidence in situations like that, big moments in the game, why it seems so often his number gets called. And he was very deflective, said, hey, it's my coaching staff, so much belief in me. Dan Wadika, after the press conference kind of wrapped up, kind of said, yeah, we're pretty confident calling his number. I'm kind of okay with whispering over to Alex, hey, we're good with Bay here.
All right, the 2-point attempt here. The Jays looking to take it out to 35. And it is no good. They do not convert the 2-point attempt. And so with that, the Jays were looking to push it up to 25 points altogether on the lead. And just couldn't make that happen.
Trying to catch Susquehanna asleep a little bit, a rare under center. Bay Harvey look, just kind of flips it over to Enright, seeing if he can sneak his way in. Riverhawks all over it.
I don't know if you've been able to tell or not during this game, but I do like to speculate a little bit. What went into that? Well, think about it. You kick the extra point, you're up 24. That's still 3 scores, right? 3 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. All right, push it to 25 if you convert the 2-pointer. And now it's a definite 4-score game for Susquehanna with 9:21 to go. Right now it's still a 23-point game, and that means it's still a minimum of 3 scores, touchdowns, and 2-point conversions.
I go back to the other end of the field, though. A huge 4th and 2. They stop Lamons as close to the line to gain as you could possibly get, and then right away you march down the field and are able to put another touchdown up.
All right, Waits kickoff taken by Angelo, I think from the 3-yard line. Here's Aaron Angelo. He's tripped up as he gets past the 30-yard line by Spencer Kramer. Let's see, at the 32-yard line. It's a good solid return. Put the trip up by number 33. All right, so, hey, Bay Harvey, that's 2 rushing touchdowns. 2 rushing touchdowns here today. And that means that's 3 straight playoff games this season in which he's run for 2 scores. Did it in both the Springfield and the Salisbury contests. All right, on first down, here's Ehrlich. Flushes out to the left side, and then pass complete to Morganroth. Up to the 45-yard line. 46, gain of 15.
Ehrlich, a great job there to keep his eyes down the field and then rip that in there for Morganroth.
From the 46-yard line. Ehrlich calls for the snap. Pressure with 5 guys up there. Trying to roll away from the tackle was Growney. And loses his balance, goes to the ground at the 48, but Susquehanna in plus territory after the gain of 6. Right, 5 wide spread with the ball here on the near hash. Growney's here on the boundary. On the far side, it's McCauley along with Morganroth. And now motioning out is Lamons. They're going here on the boundary. Oh, back shoulder throw to Growney, incomplete. They'll bring up a 3rd down and 4.
You know, they're willing to live with those tough contested catches for Growney all season long. but today it feels like him and his quarterback have just been a little off the mark. The timing just a little bit off a few different times. And then also, Kevin Ola has been playing some great physical one-on-one coverage on the outside.
3rd down and 4 now here for the Susquehanna offense. Ehrlich pressured, decides not to throw, slips out of another would-be tackler. Here comes Bordeaux, and he's sacked down back at the 47-yard line.
I think Ehrlich's asking.
Loss of 5 on the play.
I want to say, yeah, he's saying Newell, and that's probably one that gets missed in favor of Susquehanna. Newell had a big old piece of Josh Ehrlich's face mask, and that doesn't get called, and that's what he was frustrated about after that.
All right, so 4th down situation. I'm seeing Ehrlich and the offense walking off the field. So it'll be a punt situation here with the clock running. 7.5 to play here in the 4th. Enright and Orecchio come out to receive. Boy, guys coming out late on the field. And delay a game call against Susquehanna. All right, a little time just to regroup here. Bourgeois does know how to send it long if necessary. But this is why he has been honored the way he has. As Bourgeois sends it down. Let's see, fair catch called for by Orecchio. Oh, and then a lot of contact. Just didn't realize that the fair catch had been called for. It was one of those quickies at the 27-yard line. But amongst his punting career, Dominic Bourgeois, 28 punts coming into this game, 9 of them inside the 20-yard line. The guy knows how to spot the ball. Archbishop Curley High School, that's right, again, a Baltimore native, and has done the job.
You're looking here at this, the huddle of Dan Wadicott. I like to reference that he was a one-time wide receiver and eventually became a defensive coordinator here at Johns Hopkins before coaching, of course, becoming head coach. Chip Kelly, of course, known for his acumen on the offensive side of the ball when he was here at Homewood Field. Also a defensive coordinator, of course, before going on to many different stops at the Division I level, of course, notably at Oregon.
Coach Margraf used to chuckle about how he somehow had the wisdom, or maybe it wasn't so much wisdom, to put the man on the defensive side of the ball. Well, Chip Kelly was here earlier today and taking things in, just like the governor of Westmore here before heading downtown to the Ravens Stadium, which is just 4 miles from here, for the Army-Navy meetup. Was that the 103rd meeting between those two? I wish I remember that number.
A lot of playings of America's game. And again, it's just a really cool, I think, Saturday here in Baltimore, both with this huge NCAA playoff game and then a game, of course, over at M&T that means so much to the country.
2nd down and 10 after the no gain on the last play. Here's Schroeder in the backfield, takes the handoff. Right side, he's got some room, and he's forward past midfield, the 49-yard line, before Roosh brings him down. Oh, that guy, Jesse Roosh, he's still gutting it out right now. Love seeing that.
And watch
Gain's
him,
9, though.
Sorry to cut you off, but watch him chase that down all the way the backside of the play and hunt down Schroeder.
Right, Susquehanna has dealt with injuries throughout this season, and look where they are. Quarterfinals, NCAA playoffs. Love it. 3rd down and 1 here for the Jays. Bechtel to the side of Harvey. Of course, Bay will follow Bechtel on that hole. Mackel with the tackle at the 45-yard line. 1st down for the Jays. Continuing to burn time
Another third down pickup, now 7 for 12 on the game. On the other side of the ball, 2 for 10 for the Riverhawks.
Ben, on your drive in from down the DC way, you got to see the cadets and the midshipmen all starting to congregate for the march on.
Yeah, congregated. There was a sea really kind of right outside the stadium. I had a great view driving right past there on my way here to Homewood.
Fantastic. Here's the give to Pugliano. Left side, he's still on his feet. Past one guy. They're getting at him, but all they're getting are the accessories. They have not brought him down yet. Pugliano down to the 22-yard line. Huge gain on the play, 23 yards.
And all right, Ty, 5'10", 195, running a little bit bigger right here. Finished this run with a little bit of attitude and muscling his way forward for extra yardage.
All right, timeout on the field. Player down right now is the center, Chirondet. You can help him up on his feet. Drew did miss a couple of games towards the end of the season. Came off, fired up. The words I heard, I can actually repeat those words. Finish the game.
And you can always repeat them.
They stopped the clock, obviously, for the injury break. 3:53 left here.
Okay, so I imagine those of you at home, after this one, you're going to have a decision on your hands at Wheaton, UW River Falls game getting started at 3. Is it that or the Army-Navy game? You guys are going to have to decide. Of course, you can see that other D3 quarterfinal match right here, or match, this game here on ESPN+.
No doubt. All right, that's as Ben talked about, winner of that game plays the winner of this game here today. A couple other matchups too. Is this our last set of scores that we had? John Carroll at Barry, fourth quarter, that makes sense. All right, John Carroll leading 21-0. They're still shutting out Barry.
Barry has got on the board. I'll give you a more recent update there. 21-6 it looks like now, so maybe a situation where they went for 2 and didn't get it, but now that's about 5 minutes to play there. John Carroll with the lead, 21-6. North Central had the halftime lead over Bethel, 14-7.
All right, handoff here on first down. Pugliano tackled behind the line of scrimmage by Brian Layton. Senior from Morton, Pennsylvania. Comes in with the tackle for loss. Let's see, loss of 5 yards. Clock runs. Second down and 15.
Johns Hopkins has winterized their offense, to be quite honest. 36 rushing attempts in this game so far, only 15 through the air. 14 for Bay Harvey and the 1 touchdown pass for Cole Crotty. They've gotten it done with the ground game, more than 200 yards gained. It's been impressive stuff.
Did that last week. Here they are again today. Harvey down the field and right, and he can't bring it in. Well, those guys connected on the downfield shot before earlier this half, and this time it just opened itself up. Could not bring it in.
Well, they couldn't link up there, but you see what that assertive run game does. It opens up those play action shots.
All right, so a third down and 15 coming up. As been pointed out, 213 rushing yards for the Jays, 178 in the air. Susquehanna at 99 rushing yards and 149 in the air. As the pass this time to Crotty. Gets a few yards forward. That'll bring up fourth and 13. I guess the one thing to look at, Johns Hopkins not converting that third down. Still 7 of 13 third down conversions today. You're above 50%. That is something else. They're 1 of 2 on 4th down. Susquehanna today just 2 of 10 on 3rd down opportunities. I guess we're going to run this one, well, close to the 2-minute timeout. Yeah, timeout called by Johns Hopkins. Remember, it's 4th down and 12. And, well, you run this 4th down play. It'll only go as far as, well, as the play goes. 1st down, obviously, hey, it'll run to the 2-minute timeout. 4th down, turnover on downs. And I can't imagine that play is going to take 13 seconds. Susquehanna looking at still having a little bit of time possibly before the 2-minute timeout.
And I think what Johns Hopkins has been able to do this year in terms of evolving their offense and kind of adapting to what, football as the weather gets a little bit colder calls for, right, and really leaning on that run game really through the back half of the regular season as well, and certainly into the NCAA tournament. Again, a look on here at the crowd at Homewood Field, liking what they're seeing. I'll update you again. Halftime, North Central up on Bethel 14-7. John Carroll up on Barry 21-6.
Looks like the Jays will bring the offense back out to run this 4th down play. Bay Harvey at quarterback. Here's a guy who lived for the majority of his life in Switzerland. His family moving there from the Rhode Island area when Bay was just 5 or 6 years old. Moved to Switzerland, found a local that had started up a American football club, and that's how he at least still had got involved in the game. As Harvey looking downfield, Chad Martini caught into the end zone. Touchdown. 24 yards on 4th down and 12. The Jays convert this week as much as they did at the end of the game last week against Salisbury.
And Bay Harvey now 4 total touchdowns. How about Chad Martini? He got involved last week a whole bunch. 3 grabs, 81 yards, and a touchdown. The Cornell transfer, right? He came down to the Division III level, expecting maybe a bunch of big things, but you get here and you see Cole Crotty, Robbie Henright on the depth chart, but he's dealt with it so well. He's been such a good piece of that receiving room, and really cool to see him now down kind of late stages of the year getting some shine on the field.
Paxton's extra point is good, and Johns Hopkins up 40-10 now on Susquehanna with 2:05 to go in regulation. Boy, Chad Martini, we've seen him use the size, make the catches during this season. Certainly bring the experience that he did have. It's his 3rd touchdown on the season. Obviously 2 games in a row that he's done so, catching a touchdown pass. And he's thrown for 1 as well, as he did actually while he was at Cornell. Ben, we've seen Paxton now attempt the extra point a couple times in a row. Waite will send it down, let it bounce at the 17. It's ultimately picked up. I think that's Angelo once again. Yep. Who gets it up past the 30-yard line as we've hit the 2-minute timeout. Johns Hopkins poised to advance into the semifinals here. This 40-10 lead with 2 minutes to go. Of course, they'll be looking for the winner of the Wheaton-Wisconsin River Falls contest. Everything, as always, here in the NCAA the playoffs. Officially announced on the Sunday where the games will be played, and then, of course, therefore, what the kickoff time will be. I think it's just amazing seeing that John Carroll has done what they've done after leaving the conference, having faced Mount Union, upsetting Mount Union, and then now here they are at Berry on the road and having that big lead that they do into the fourth quarter. Well, seeing that the handoff that time was Tommy Grabowski, a senior, Wyomissing, Pennsylvania, getting a handoff here in the last game. Chris Ely announced Sawyer Olson is the tackler, a junior from Garden City, New York. This Riverhawk offense, the 2nd down and 8 right now. And the pass forward complete, and that is to Connor Daly. And getting the senior, an offensive play there from Delron, New Jersey. Had just 2 receptions on the season, but 1 was for a touchdown. And it'll bring up a 3rd down now with just a minute to go.
We'll update you quickly that John Carroll lead has shrunk just a little bit. It's down to 1 score, 21-13. Barry just cut it there, but less than 2 minutes to play. John Carroll with possession, trying to hold on to the ball and run out the clock.
Just taking with that ball out of bounds. 1:05 left, low snap. Ehrlich with the pitch, and it's to Grabowski. And he gets taken out of bounds by Scully and by Olson. It's enough to get the 1st down up to the 46-yard line. 59 seconds to go. Just the one out, just looking back at a note that was that Ernie LaRossa provided in his game notes for today. 38th postseason game here for Johns Hopkins since 2002. First time ever that they're facing a team that they faced in the regular season.
It's never easy to play a team twice. And I think, especially Johns Hopkins, seeing a team twice and also seeing a team that's totally different than what they saw the last 2 weeks in terms of Springfield and Salisbury with their offensive styles hasn't seemed to have mattered a whole bunch, frankly. A huge lead.
Give to Grabowski, still on his feet. He couldn't maintain his balance, though, and ultimately down at the 31-yard line. But the big gainer there for the senior.
Grabowski, you said it, a senior, a big physical runner. And he just gets over the skis just a little bit to keep his footing.
All right, time winding down. Looks like Ehrlich will be able to get off another snap here. Calls for it. Give. Grabowski met in the backfield by Olson and tackled at the line of scrimmage. Our last play of the game. And Johns Hopkins with a quarterfinal win here at Homewood Field. Our final score, Johns Hopkins 40, Susquehanna 10. The Jays now advance to face the winner of the matchup coming up at 3 p.m. That's Eastern time, 3 p.m. And that is between Wisconsin River Falls and Wheaton College out of Illinois. Looking forward to seeing who the opponent will be and where that game will be played. Again, everything official in the NCAA on Sunday. Make sure you check the website here at hopkinsports.com for your official news and for any official news on the Johns Hopkins University Athletic Department. Well, Ben, even with this Johns Hopkins team advancing, we know that for us, this will be our last one. Think about all the guys and what they've accomplished so far here this season. Been pretty amazing to see what the team has done, throughout the year. Been such a fun ride, and they're going to continue into the semifinals.
Yeah, back there, and I think back to kind of what Dan Wadika told us after that Franklin and Marshall loss, because remember, during the regular season, so much of an emphasis and a priority for this Johns Hopkins program, and is just taking care of business in the conference, in the Centennial Conference, winning that title first. But once you punch your ticket to the postseason, and obviously you had the disappointment on the last game of the year, you kind of have to, reset yourself a little bit. And he told us the quote that I hang on to is, if we get back to this stage, if we get back to the semifinal, that Franklin and Marshall loss is going to be a long way in the rearview mirror, and they've gotten just there, right back to that stage. And, I mean, with 3 really, really comprehensive efforts, right, against Springfield to get things started, obviously had the bye, but in the second round, took care of business after an early punch against Salisbury last week, and I think from, opening kickoff today, set the tone and just rolling through, I think, a very quality Susquehanna team.
18th home playoff game in Hopkins history, and now 13-5 all-time here at Homewood Field in NCAA playoff games. It's in their 14th trip to the NCAAs, including its 12th since 2011. Jays now at 18-13 all-time in the NCAA tournament, with runs to the semifinals last year, 2018 as well. Mount Union was the site for those games. Now it'll be the winner of the matchup between Wisconsin River Falls and Wheaton College, and location TBD. We shall see. That's, trying to figure out who's the higher seed and who. Everybody wants to host, of course, but guess what? Sunday, make sure you're checking it out there. Team right now, all singing the Johns Hopkins Ode. And after this, I think we're going to get a chance to talk to Bay Harvey here on the post game. Well, stick with us. Excited to hear the quarterback's thoughts here today, and especially with the run here through this 2025 tournament. Josh Ehrlich today finishes up 16 of 25 passing, 156 yards, and on the ground he had 38 net yards, although he gained 67. But hey, when you're sacked 6 times by that Johns Hopkins defense, I mean, that's a lot of damage by that Jays defense today.
Got to credit what Ehrlich's done all season long. Coming in to this game, 32 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions, added 7 more scores with his legs. And I thought really just competed in that second half, really battled, again, dealing with pressure throughout that game. And again, just didn't go anywhere, kept making throws. The numbers aren't going to be gaudy or anything like that. 156 passing yards, 38 net rushing yards so far today. But I thought it was a gritty effort from him. I know for Lamons, ends up with 13 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown. But we saw, I think, really a couple plays where you go, oh, that's why he was a 1,600-yard back as a freshman. And you have to imagine him coming back for a junior year is something Susquehanna is really, really excited about. Look how fired up Dan Waddick is talking to this group. Remember, a program alum, and coaching this team means so, so much to him, and you can see it right here.
Yeah, for Coach Waddick, that's 2 years and now 2 trips to the semifinals. For Susquehanna, boy, what a season that they had. It comes to an end at 11-3 overall, and their 3 losses, 2 to Johns Hopkins and 1 to Christopher Newport in the regular season, where they played the 2 schools back-to-back in their non-conference schedule before it was landmark conference time. One person we pointed out a few of the people that whose names are recognizable to many around the watching here today. The current state governor, Wes Moore, graduate of the Johns Hopkins University in 2001, played on the team 1999-2000. The longtime offensive coordinator and head coach at many programs around on the college and the pro side. Chip Kelly, who was here today and was the defensive coordinator in 1993 here
Still
at Johns Hopkins. But in attendance today, I'm sure, was former Maryland State Governor Bob Ehrlich, whose son Josh was the quarterback's name we were announcing here throughout the day today. And just fun to watch that Gallardi semifinalist work with his offense out on the field. And certainly fun to watch the Johns Hopkins Gallardi semifinalist out on the field there today, and that's Bay Harvey, and he joins us today. Bay, congratulations on the win. You made a lot of things happen on the offense.
Thank you very much. Sorry, who am I talking to right now?
I'm sorry, this is Steve Stoffberg. Yep,
okay, gotcha.
On board with you. And so, boy, the way things set up today all started on that first drive, and before I know it, you weren't throwing the touchdown pass.
Yeah, that was a play we've run a while for a few years here now at Hopkins. I think freshman year we ran it one time. So that's always sort of in the back of our playbook, and we take it out when we think we can take advantage of a team that might cut a guy loose like that, which they did. So it was probably the easiest that play's ever been to execute.
Bay, it's been congrats on another playoff victory. Just tell me about what being on this stage means to you. Again, after everything you kind of been through over the last year, getting back on the field, and now you get to play in a semifinal yourself.
Yeah, it's incredible. My first year starting, my junior year, 2023. We made it to the Elite Eight, had a home game here here at Homewood, and lost on a game-losing field goal. So that was tough. And then obviously being there last year, going on that Final Four trip, although I wasn't playing, sort of got a taste for it. And coming back this year, that was always the goal, to get there and then go beyond that. So we're really excited.
And then part two for me, man. As a team, 36 rushing attempts for you guys today. You only threw the ball 17 times, but just as effective, more than 200 yards on the ground as a team. Talk to me about the ground game a little bit.
Yeah, I think our ground game has been elite all season. Our offensive line's incredible. Our tight ends do a great job in there. And our defense gave us pretty good field position a couple times that we were able to take advantage of. So we had a few short fields that was very helpful. And we'll take what a team's giving to us. If they're giving us the pass, we'll pass it. If they're giving us good lanes in the run game, we'll take it. We can win in a lot of ways. And that's what makes this team dangerous.
Bay, Steve back with you. And so I guess my final question is just this. You were on the sideline last year. What did you learn from James Ranello on the run to the semifinals that you're going to take into next week's contest?
Yeah, James was he was a great sort of game day type player. He's always brought it, was great sort of improvising, and just sort of made plays that I didn't think should be able to be made. And just sort of his clutch factor. In that Mount Union game, our offense had been sort of struggling all season, and he's just out there throwing for 400 yards against a great defense. So sort of that clutch factor, I think, is something that he has that that's something I'm trying to emulate for sure.
Well, certainly congratulations on the win today and advancing on to the semifinals. Best of luck.
Thank you very much, Stephen, Ben. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Bay. Joining us here on the sidelines at Homewood Field. What a great job there today from the Johns Hopkins squad. Offensively, defensively. I was just looking at some of the, a few of the numbers. Jeff Schroeder finishes off with 126 yards rushing. So it's another 100-yard game for him. He's passed 1,200 in his career. Has the touchdowns. He's 20 rushing touchdowns. He was already close to that all-time mark for Johns Hopkins. And these guys will still get a chance to continue to climb the career marks, no doubt. You've already talked a bit about Bay and his totals. Today, Enright finishes with 4 receptions, 88 yards, 2 touchdown catches. And then Chad Martini had the one touchdown along with a 24-yard catch. Crotty finishes off 4 receptions, 76 yards total for him.
And I think the big takeaway for me, kind of last point really, we've talked all year about the balance of Johns Hopkins and the ability to win games in different ways and on the backs of different players. And how about a way to show that up so far today? I know Bay Harvey with the 4 total touchdowns, but 177 yards through the air. Not the gaudiest of numbers, but Schroeder with the huge game. You get a passing touchdown from Cole Crotty. Defense awesome throughout the game. Really impressive performance. And for Susquehanna, I think what they've been able to do, again, to get back to this stage with all that they've been through, not only during the year, but since the preseason, what a year it's been for them.
All right, and just for the stat heads out there, okay, throwing out all the numbers, talked about it. All right, and this is something I looked up, cognitive sciences. Okay, looked that up, but didn't really look up. I've never looked up quarterback rating, QBR, but boy, here's Bay. He finishes off with a number at 185.1, but Crotty with his one pass, his QB rating today, 665.2. Great job, Cole.
Good day at the office.
All right, we'll bring it to an end here. And we certainly thank you for watching wherever you are around the world. And if you're still hanging with us right now, well, Johns Hopkins advances on. Semifinals next week. Winner of Wheaton College along with Wisconsin River Falls. Certainly want to thank Brian Graham on the Susquehanna side, Ernie LaRossa here at Johns Hopkins, Ryan Davis, our video director. For Ben Robertson, Steve Stoffberg signing off. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and thanks for watching ESPN+.